This video is brought to you by PowerNotebooks.com. Be sure to check out their website for all the latest custom gaming laptops and more.
Hey, what's up YouTube? It's me, Andrew here. Today I'm doing my full review on the all-new MSi GT72 Dominator with the all-new much-anticipated NVIDIA 980M. Alright, let's get started.
With the launch of the all-new NVIDIA GTX 980M and the GTX 970M, MSi has decided to launch the all-new GT72 Dominator. For the past several years, mobile GPUs have been getting stronger and more efficient. However, there has always been a big gap in terms of performance compared to its desktop counterpart. And with the launch of the all-new GTX 900 series mobile graphics cards, NVIDIA hopes to close that gap. For the display, you have a 17.3-inch matte display with a resolution of 1920 by 1080, a quad-core i7-4710 running at 2.5 GHz. For the graphics card, you got the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 980M with a memory interface of 256 bits, and a whopping 8GB of GDDR5. The main operating system is stored on the 128GB SSD, and for your data, there's also a 1TB hard drive running at 5400 RPM. With this being a high-end MSi laptop, you can expect all the high-end features like Cooler Boost 3, XSplit Gamecaster, SteelSeries engine, and the all-new Killer Pro Double Shot, which features the killer E2200 Gigabit Ethernet port, and the all-new N1525 Wi-Fi 802.11ac. This laptop runs Windows 8.1 and the retail price is starting at $2,299 US. For this section, let's talk about the design and build quality. On top, you got that beautiful aluminum finish with the MSi Gaming Series logo that also lights up. Take a look at that finish. The weight of this laptop comes in at 8.6 pounds and its thickness point is 1.88 inches. Here goes your massive red vents on the bottom to improve overall temperatures. It looks very sleek and sharp. In the bottom right, you got your Dynaudio subwoofer. Let's take a look at the interior of the laptop now. Here you got that SteelSeries keyboard with a 10-key numeric keypad, as well as a spacious trackpad with 2 physical buttons. The surrounding areas of the keyboard is made mostly of plastic, however, the palm rest is made out of a soft touch finish that feels very nice. This keyboard has been a pleasure to type and game on. Overall, the tactile feedback and comfort has been very good. This laptop features a large Synaptics trackpad that is very smooth and precise. And with a physical left and right button, MSi made the right choice. Let's dive into the backlit keyboard provided by SteelSeries. This keyboard provides 24 different color variations and options to choose from. MSi gives you 3 brightness levels. Here's your low setting, medium setting, and your high setting. On the left side of the laptop, you have 4 USB 3.0 ports, 4 sets of audio jacks, and you get an SD card reader. On the back, you have 2 mini display ports, a full-size HDMI 1.4 port, a killer E2200 Gigabit Ethernet port, and your AC power port. Keep in mind with those 3 video ports, you can technically have 3 displays running at the same time, as well as your laptop's display. And for the right side of the laptop, you have 2 more USB 3.0 ports and a Blu-ray drive. Let me break down these 5 physical buttons here on the left side of the keyboard. On the top, you got your power button. The second button is your graphics switcher, which will enable the Intel HD 4600. However, the only downside is it will require a reboot. Next up is our Cooler Boost 3, which will enable the fans to run at maximum speed for cooler temperatures. Followed by our XSplit Gamecaster button, and last but not least, this button enables you to change the backlight color of the keyboard and the front lights. This laptop features a 17.3-inch TN panel with a resolution of 1920 by 1080. Let's start by testing out the viewing angles on this panel. Let's go and rotate to the left. For a TN panel, the overall viewing angles were adequate. Next up is test how far we can tilt the display all the way back. And that's at 100% right there. What about display quality? This TN panel had good color reproduction out of the box, however it just seemed slightly cool. But after using my Spider 4 Pro colorimeter, the colors were much better. Let's see how good this panel is by taking a look at the Spider 4 Pro colorimeter results. For the Adobe sRGB, I got a score of 96%, which is a very high score. And for the Adobe RGB, I got a score of 74%. Again, with these kind of scores, you can expect excellent color reproduction from this panel. My major disappointment with this laptop was there is not an option for a higher resolution IPS display. The processor powering this laptop is a quad-core i7-4710HQ running at 2.5 GHz with a turbo boost up to 3.3 GHz for 4 active cores, 3.4 GHz for 2 active cores, and 3.5 GHz for 1 active core. This laptop comes pre-installed with 16 GB of memory but can be expanded to 32 GB. This processor needs no introduction. It just basically screams at everything I've thrown at it. Overall, highly satisfied. And to back that up, let's take a look at some Geekbench 3 performance scores. For the single core score, I got 3,385, and for the multi-core score, I got 12,946. And for Cinebench R15, I got a CPU score of 657 CB. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the main attraction of the show, and that's the NVIDIA GTX 980M, which is based on the Haswell architecture. The 980M features a 256-bit memory interface, and this specific model features 8GB of GDDR5 memory. The performance from the NVIDIA GTX 980M has been a beast. I've been blown away by its performance. In some of my benchmarks, it's about 50% faster than last year's 880M version, which is based on the Kepler architecture. This GPU runs very cool and efficient, and all new for this year is Battery Boost 2.0. With Battery Boost 2.0 enabled, I was able to squeeze an additional 45 minutes of gameplay on Battlefield 4. However, keep in mind the frames per second is capped at 30. Next, let's take a look at Cinebench R15. For the OpenGL test, I got a score 105.90 frames per second. For Firestrike Ultra, I got a score 2228, Firestrike 8101, and for Skydiver 20515. Okay, enough of these benchmarks. Let's go and test out Battlefield 4 on Ultra settings at 1920 by 1080p. So far, we're running at about 105 to 110 frames per second. Check out how smooth this game is running. Wow, I'm highly impressed. This game is running so smooth, just like butter. Come on out, y'all want some of this? Yeah, I know you're in here. Yeah, oh, get down. On the bigger maps, you can expect the frame rate to be around 85 to 95 frames per second. And during my test with Crysis 3 on very high settings, the frames per second I got was around 45 to 55 frames per second. These are excellent results from the all-new NVIDIA 980M. For this section, we're going to talk about the fan noise. During normal usage, you can hear the fan running, however, it's not too bothersome. However, during intense gaming, you can definitely hear the fan running. Best way to avoid the sound, just crank up your speakers and enjoy the game. What about temperature control? During my test while playing Battlefield 4 for about an hour and a half, the hottest CPU temperatures I got was around 84 degrees Celsius. The maximum GPU temperature I got on the 980M was around 75 degrees Celsius. These numbers are pretty impressive compared to the last generation 880M, which was based on the Kepler series and ran at around 85 to 88 degrees Celsius. Okay, let's talk about battery performance. This laptop features a 9-cell integrated battery pack. During my test, I was able to get around 3 to 3.5 hours out of a full charge with screen brightness at around 70%. And that was just with regular productivity like word processing and web browsing. With gaming, you can expect up to an hour and 30 minutes with Battery Boost 2.0. Thankfully, MSi has chosen to include a 230 watt power adapter to keep up with the powerful CPU and GPU. This power adapter is on the hefty side, however, if you want big performance, you gotta go big or go home. The main operating system is stored on this 128GB M.2 SSD that is very fast and responsive. You also have the option of connecting 4 M.2 SSDs for better performance. Next up is speaker performance. This laptop features sound by Dyna Audio. These speakers have great sound quality from the mids and highs, and a great low-end kick from the mini subwoofer on the bottom, especially for a game like Battlefield 4. You can also thank the Sound Blaster Cinema 2. The performance from the killer 1525 Wi-Fi AC has been impressive. During my online Battlefield 4 matches, the overall connection was solid. If you're looking for the ultimate gaming performance without spending over $2,500 US, then look no further than the all-new GT72 Dominator Pro. My only major con was not having an optional higher resolution IPS display. That would have topped it off. I want to give a big thanks to PowerNotebooks.com for sending me this unit for review. Alright, this completes my full review on the all-new MSi GT72 Dominator Pro. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that like button, and please subscribe for more content just like this one. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.